You've likely noticed the VEVO logo at the bottom of videos, or even in the titles of artists' YouTube channels, like Eminem VEVO or Taylor Swift VEVO. Until not too long ago, nearly every music video from a variety of singers featured the VEVO watermark. This often led to the perception that it was the official video of the artist. But have you ever wondered what exactly VEVO is? And why was her name on practically every YouTube video? In the decade of 2010, VEVO seemed to be omnipresent, with hundreds of channels of renowned artists, accumulating millions of subscribers and billions of views per month. Names like Adele, Drake, and Katy Perry were just some of the giants who had some connection with the brand. But over time, something changed. VEVO ceased to be such a dominant presence and began to lose ground. What caused it to gradually vanish? For a long time, the VEVO brand was linked with the official music videos of artists, known for having superior image and audio quality, which is indeed correct. VEVO maintained numerous channels that together amassed more than 10 million subscribers on YouTube, with thousands of videos that, when combined, garnered billions of views each month. In fact, many smaller artists even aspired to have their videos watermarked with the VEVO logo. And some individuals even utilized the logo with the hope that their clips would reach a wider audience, as it would appear more professional. But what exactly is a VEVO? The name is actually an abbreviation for video evolution, signifying the evolution of video. To help you grasp what this brand truly is and how it originated, let's take a step back in time. In the year 2008, the music industry encountered several challenges that hindered it from generating the profits it desired. Back in the day, when people wanted to watch music videos from their favorite artists, they had to switch on a music TV channel and wait, hoping that their favorite song or music video would eventually come on. All of the music videos were broadcasted on television, and that's how numerous channels, artists, and producers were able to earn substantial revenue from TV advertisers. However, as time went on, the internet emerged and significantly altered many aspects, including how people started to consume content. The public gradually stopped purchasing CDs and began using various programs to download music, like Aries, LimeWire, and Emule. They discovered they could enjoy their favorite songs without paying. However, while this was a groundbreaking change for the public, it was not well received by the music industry, which saw a decline in profitability. In response, some of the major record labels collaborated to devise a solution that would allow them to regain their substantial profits. It was during this period that VEVO came into existence, a significant initiative devised by the music industry, which eventually failed years later. VEVO, in reality, is the property of 3 record labels that have formed a joint venture. This is essentially a collaborative commercial enterprise. It represents the merging of companies to create yet another company. This kind of union, which can occur between 2 or even more companies, seeks to provide a range of benefits to all parties involved. And the companies that come together maintain their distinct identities, they simply create a new company together. At that time, Universal Music, Sony Music, and Abu Dhabi Media joined forces to form a new company called VEVO, which is a video platform for music videos inspired by YouTube. Back then, both Sony and Universal were already among the largest record labels globally, along with Warner Music, which only joined the venture later on. But I'm still on my way there. With an investment of $300 million in December of 2009, the record labels of these major artists launched the VEVO website. Their aim was for the platform to become the largest music video hosting site globally. As soon as the VEVO website went live, it already featured approximately 30,000 music videos from a diverse array of artists, including Eminem, Lady Gaga, Michael Jackson, and many others. A YouTube channel was subsequently established with the primary goal of promoting the platform. Additionally, it aimed to fight against channels that uploaded music videos by artists from these 3 labels without proper authorization. Once VEVO's YouTube channel was set up, they started reporting channels that shared clips by artists whose copyrights they held. This ensured that the clips could only be accessed via official accounts, allowing them to profit even more from the content. The merger between Universal and Sony to form VEVO was indeed a clever decision. Both companies owned nearly all the smaller record labels, which meant that a vast majority of artists and music videos were under their control. Consequently, the labels received a share of the profits from each artist and video. This is why almost every music video during the 2010 decade prominently featured the VEVO brand. The concept behind the label's creation of a VEVO was to find a way to monetize music videos, much like they had done with television. And indeed, that's exactly what they accomplished. By the close of the year 2009, the record companies had a brilliant idea when they launched a VEVO. On the day of the platform's launch, which took place on December 8, 2009, several major artists were present, and some of them even performed exclusive concerts specifically for the guests. Initially, people showed a lot of interest in the VEVO site, to the point that by January 2010, it had become the most visited music site in the United States. Besides the clips, the VEVO site also featured behind-the-scenes footage, interviews with singers, live concerts, previews of new clips, and much more content. VEVO's goal was to establish itself as the biggest music video channel globally, uniting on its platform the complete collection of artists under contract with its partner record labels. The site gained immense popularity and, within the first month, it already amassed over 35 million hits, even outpacing other music sites, like MTV, for instance. This success prompted VEVO to expand by launching its site in various countries, offering content in multiple languages, including Portuguese. VEVO's initial popularity was incredibly high, leading to the organization of surprise concerts by a variety of artists for its audience. In several interviews, the founders of the brand mentioned that VEVO provided a superior quality of both image and audio experiences, aiming to reach as many people as possible worldwide. They emphasized that the audience could access all the content using either their cell phones or computers. Moreover, the founders chose a deal with YouTube because about 70% of global music videos were watched there. And VEVO aimed to provide this experience not just on its website, but also on YouTube, to boost brand awareness. Yet, back then, YouTube monetized only 3% of its videos. After several discussions between VEVO and Google, they successfully reached a mutually beneficial agreement for both platforms. The video clips were to be hosted on the VEVO website as well as on YouTube. Furthermore, all the record labels associated with VEVO were required to publish their artists' music videos on both of these platforms. Furthermore, VEVO would also take on the role of selling advertising space to various other companies. On YouTube, the majority of ads are sold according to a predetermined schedule. Advertisers pay to have their ads featured on specific types of content, or targeted towards particular age groups, languages, or even specific genres. However, VEVO offered specific advertising space to advertisers, a choice that was somewhat more costly. This was because many advertisers were eager to have their brand featured in the clips of major artists, given that this exposure translated into millions of views. Advertising in music videos was often more engaging than in regular YouTube videos. This allowed VEVO to earn more from ads and monetization compared to other channels. VEVO also set up YouTube channels for all its artists, so it was common to see an artist's name followed by VEVO, like Rihanna VEVO. That's the reason why nearly all the clips at the start of 2010 featured the VEVO logo in the bottom left corner. Besides the record labels Sony, Universal, and Abu Dhabi, there were other companies involved with VEVO, but their involvement was to a lesser degree. VEVO had a profit-sharing agreement with Google, where the advertising profits were split among YouTube, VEVO, the artists, and the record labels. YouTube takes on the responsibility of hosting all the content, actively promoting the VEVO brand globally, and safeguarding the copyright of music videos. This prevents the content from being freely distributed by any channels that are not the official ones. The partnership between VEVO and YouTube turned out to be extremely successful, as about 80% of music video views originated from YouTube. During that period, numerous record labels were eager to join VEVO and have their artists' video clips distributed through both the VEVO brand and YouTube. In 2016, other labels joined VEVO, including Warner Music, partnering for content distribution and putting their clips on VEVO's site. Soon, the three largest labels were part of VEVO, increasing the likelihood of music videos with the VEVO brand. Though VEVO grew and gained popularity, it never surpassed YouTube. YouTube was VEVO's main promotion platform. VEVO.com also hosted music videos from many artists and diverse content. On VEVO's site, users could watch concerts, buy tickets, view popular videos like interviews and behind-the-scenes footage, explore new musicians by genre, and more. You'll receive updates whenever your favorite artist releases something new. Some of the original content was exclusively available on VEVO's website, meaning it couldn't be found anywhere else, including platforms like YouTube. In order to enjoy music videos and other content on the site, you simply had to watch some advertisements before the video started playing. It was a platform that offered all of this completely free of charge. VEVO was responsible for approximately 80% of global music video production. The founders of VEVO contemplated the idea of not making their videos accessible on YouTube. This consideration was to avoid sharing advertising revenue with a different platform. Although the VEVO site also had advertisers, generating revenue mainly for the brand, the majority of advertisers were more accustomed to using YouTube. Consequently, they often chose to advertise on Google's platform instead. Though VEVO attracted advertisers, it was still small next to YouTube. Most people were used to finding music and videos on YouTube, so few switched to VEVO for music videos or other content, as YouTube offered everything in one spot. Furthermore, not long after, individuals began to enjoy music on various other platforms, including Spotify. By the beginning of 2011, VEVO had already grown larger than Facebook, with only YouTube surpassing it in the number of video content views. During that period, they were achieving over 3.7 billion views every month. Additionally, they developed an application for mobile devices, allowing users to conveniently watch video clips on the go. They achieved approximately 13 million downloads for their app and generated over $150 million in revenue. Nevertheless, the majority of that money was allocated to the record labels, artists, and YouTube. A smaller portion of the earnings was directed towards VEVO. In order to further spread the brand's reach and increase its revenue, VEVO decided to launch its own awards ceremony in June 2012. This event was named the VEVO Certify and was created to honor those artists who have achieved more than 100 million views on VEVO and its partners, such as YouTube. Interestingly, Shakira was the artist who received the highest number of certificates, totaling 45, followed by Taylor Swift, Rihanna, and Eminem. In the year 2013, they sought to diversify to reduce their reliance on YouTube by launching VEVO TV. This was available on Apple TV and other platforms. VEVO TV operated as a channel that broadcasted music clips 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. The goal of this new platform was to compete not only with YouTube but also with established music channels like MTV. However, after several years, it was eventually cancelled when streaming platforms started to grow, like YouTube Music and Spotify. Music began to be listened to through these new channels, and gradually, the public's interest in watching only music videos declined, making it even more challenging for VEVO to maintain its dominance. But what exactly happened to VEVO? And what were the reasons behind? VEVO's biggest issue was that it wasn't generating as much revenue as anticipated. A significant portion of its income was directed to YouTube and the record labels. Nevertheless, operating VEVO was a costly endeavor, resulting in very low profits. Even in the early days of the company, they attempted to sell it for $1 billion, but they couldn't find a buyer. As a result, VEVO had to explore alternative methods to generate income. They attempted to broaden the variety of content on their website and YouTube by including exclusive interviews and live streaming concerts. However, this content type didn't quite capture the public's attention as they had hoped. During this period, they also launched an app, allowing people to watch videos more conveniently. Initially, the app's launch seemed successful. Nonetheless, not long after, most of the audience forgot the app even existed. Many in the media thought VEVO intended to turn its website app into a subscription service, charging a monthly fee for access to music videos and more content. However, after the public was used to free viewing, paying for a VEVO subscription was unlikely, and the company knew it. Their diversification with the website, app, and VEVO TV worked well for a while, but it didn't last long. And then in the year 2018, VEVO's dream unfortunately went down the drain, as it found itself involved in several controversies that ultimately damaged the company's image. The first incident occurred when certain VEVO executives, including the CEO, were found watching pirated content. This led the public to view them as hypocritical. Shortly after, it came to light that VEVO had been collaborating with Facebook to access users' personal data. This was intended to send targeted videos, a practice that was not well received by the public during that period. To further complicate things for the company, in the year 2018, VEVO became a target for some hackers associated with the Warmine Group. These hackers managed to infiltrate VEVO's servers and subsequently leaked approximately 3 terabytes of sensitive internal data, which included a variety of documents and videos. Not long after this incident, 2 hackers gained unauthorized access to VEVO's YouTube channel and proceeded to delete the music video for the song Despacito, performed by singer Luis Fonsi in collaboration with Daddy Yankee. This video was one of VEVO's most popular and energetic videos on YouTube, having accumulated billions of views. The hackers additionally renamed numerous music videos and altered several video thumbnails. It remains unclear just how extensively VEVO was impacted by these hackers. However, the reality is that following these incidents, the company's situation deteriorated further. VEVO's CEO, along with other crucial executives, departed from the company, leading to the layoff of dozens of employees. Simultaneously, VEVO faced challenges in competing with YouTube, striving to reduce its reliance on the platform's revenue. In order to achieve this, they started placing their content on various other websites, trying to move away from YouTube. Unfortunately, this strategy was not very effective, because YouTube remained the most popular platform for watching videos. Additionally, it's important to mention that in 2018, YouTube Music was launched, which increased the pressure on VEVO, making it impossible for them to compete. VEVO had hoped to become a leading music video streaming platform, but unfortunately, that vision did not come to fruition. As a result of these events, in that same year, VEVO made the decision to completely shut down its entire operation. This included deactivating its app, VEVO TV, and the website in various countries, with only its English website staying active, which still exists to this day. Furthermore, VEVO merged with YouTube, allowing the video platform to become a regular distributor. Consequently, all video clips are now only accessible through YouTube. A new agreement was also established between VEVO and Google. In this agreement, VEVO's music videos became part of Google Preferred, now known as YouTube Select. This program allows advertisers to pay more to place their ads on high-performance videos. VEVO's music videos are among those preferred videos suggested to users, which helps generate more revenue. Additionally, YouTube has integrated VEVO accounts with the artist's official accounts. For instance, the Taylor Swift VEVO account was combined with the singer's official account, allowing all content to be centralized in one location. Essentially, this meant that anyone who had subscribed to the VEVO account was automatically transferred to the artist's official account. Though VEVO's name is off the channels, it remains partnered with YouTube. A YouTube rep said this change helps VEVO grow more on the platform by simplifying the user experience, consolidating artists' catalogs into one channel where VEVO videos are prominently featured. Additionally, it would provide artists with access to various YouTube features, including the ability to live stream their content. YouTube played a significant role in VEVO's limited growth, not expanding as much as they had hoped. Over time, some labels, like Warner Music, chose to end their partnership with VEVO. In the year 2020, VEVO underwent a rebranding and established YouTube as the primary hub for music, ensuring that all its content would be exclusively available there. And following this merger with YouTube, VEVO continues to operate actively, boasting more than 500,000 video clips and reaching an impressive 26 billion views each month across the globe. Since VEVO found itself unable to compete with YouTube, not to mention the impossibility of breaking up the platform, they lacked the necessary space to grow or coexist alongside YouTube. The public had already become accustomed to this platform. It simply didn't make sense for them to visit another site to access the same kind of content. So, although it seems that VEVO has gone bankrupt, it still exists and has its brand in several current clips. However, it hasn't managed to become a major streaming service in the music world, and it hasn't managed to put its plan to dominate the internet into practice either, being forced to watch YouTube take over everything it once dreamed of. Now tell me, did you know what VEVO was?